Ziming.
Hi,
How are you doing?
I'm doing actually pretty well.
Yeah?
You know, I'm just kind of tired from all the papers I'm gonna read, and that's it. But in general, I'm doing okay.
The end is near. You
Yeah.
can see the light at the end of
Yeah,
the tunnel,
I
right?
can tell.
Yeah.
A few more days, so
Yeah.
I'll be fine.
When will you be finished?
Wednesday.
Wednesday? You get your life back after Wednesday?
Yeah, I hope so.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Well, I just wanted to check in. I know last session we talked a little bit about being an international student here at Iowa, and some, just being a student in general in graduate school is tough, and then being an international student adds a whole new layer to things.
Right.
Have you had any new insights or anything since our last session, or how's it been going?
I mean, I'm just trying to meeting more people, because I feel like part of being an international student can be isolated sometimes, you know, because I don't know, maybe just for me, and I don't. Oh, I always try to talk to more people, but at the same time, they gave me, even though I've been here for almost 7 years, but English is still not my first language, and sometimes speaking English give me extra mental stress with other people, you know. Speaking
English gives you mental stress?
Yeah, I don't know, sometimes I have to think the words I really want to say, and if I'm speaking on a new topic or I'm not familiar with, I have to have the exact phrase in my head first, and then I can say that out loud.
Right.
But for now, I remember last week the university actually had this event in a big grove.
Oh, big grove, sure, yeah.
It's for students who are underrepresented.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I just went there, and I actually met some really nice people.
Good.
And and I got their contacts, and
good.
The thing, I think for me now, not only being a international student and also a graduate student, maybe I need to reach out to more people and build my network here a little wider, you know what I'm saying. And also, I don't know, I just being in this program, because this is being graduate school is you gotta hang out with your cohorts all the time, because you go to the same class with them all the time, and outside of school I don't really get to participate in much other activities in school, clubs or things like that. But for me, personally, I never really make any friends from the classes I attended to, in undergrad. Here, not here, but in Pasay, but in America. But I always make friends outside classes, outside the classroom.
Why do you think that that is? I mean, do you have any insight into why your fellow students in your classes, it never went to a friendship level?
Well, maybe because first off, if I'm an American student, we all have the same culture with most of my classmates, and be easier for us to bond.
Yes.
Just by sitting right next to each other, talking about what's going on in class.
Right.
It's a good way for bonding, right?
Right.
But for me, if this the class itself is the only topic we have,
right,
in common, then I don't see myself willing to bond with them.
Right.
And I don't see them being willing to build a friendship with me, because this class is the only thing we have in common. Why bother doing that?
Well, I think it takes courage on both parts, right? It takes courage on your part to, be open to someone who is, from a different culture, and you don't know if you have anything in common. And then it takes courage for them to, because sometimes when people are different, we're like, oh, I don't know, I don't want to say the wrong thing, or I don't want them to think I'm stupid if I don't know anything about China. I think I shared with you that I lived in Germany as a student, and my German was good, but definitely not my first language, and I felt very different from the other students, and it was hard for me to make the first move. I kept wishing that they would reach out to me more, but I realized at some point, like you were saying, that it was incumbent upon me to make the first move, and I just had to get over my fear of not knowing if we would have anything in common. And what I found was that we did have things in common. I mean, more than just the class that we were in. Once I got to know them, I think we're more alike than we are different, and sometimes you need to remind themselves.
Yeah, the thing is I do agree with you that it takes courage to build a relationship between two people with different cultures. But because in undergrad I was in the boxing team, and also I was in another
The
American boxing team. I'm sorry.
You were in a boxing team?
Yeah, I boxed. So.
Oh wow.
And I actually made pretty some good friends in the team because we trained together, and
yeah, you had that passion.
Yeah, I was in passion, and when it developed into a deeper relationship because we started talking about some our other aspects in our lives, I don't know, religions or our worldviews, or our past experience. We just talk, especially with this guy who actually just become the state champ last semester. But yeah, we become pretty close because we had this common thing, boxing, and the very first beginning. But in the class, we don't.
Right. As an undergrad, you mean?
Yeah, but here is different though, because we all have the same passion for being a counselor in the future.
Right, that's what I was going to say. Maybe maybe there's more opportunity in this particular program to make some friends. Because at least you have that in common.
Yeah, and I want to. I really want to, but sometimes I don't know. I just feel. I don't know. I'm introvert. I'm an introvert, and I like spending time on my own sometimes.
Yeah.
So maybe I just should. I don't know. Get out of my comfort zone. It's not really a comfort zone, but hang out with our coworkers is really fun. It's really fun.
Yeah. Have you done it before?
Yeah, I done. I went. That was late September. We went to Mike's house together,
Good.
for a party.
That's great. That took some courage, I think.
Yeah, because I wanted.
I'm an introvert too, so I totally understand that. Just it's harder for us introverts to go to a big party, or to put yourself out there, can be difficult. And then if you add the coming from a different culture and English not being your first language, and also I feel in the cohort, I don't know if you feel this way, but there are already established friendships amongst a lot of people in the group.
Yeah.
And so to come into that also takes a lot of guts and courage. So I think that you should pat yourself on the back and see that took a lot to put yourself in that situation.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this can still be my goal for the next semester. Just to be more involved with everything.
Yeah.
Because usually, between classes, sometimes we had an hour break, right, or half hour break.
Right.
But sometimes I just go to the library, spend
Right.
time on my own. Then
Right.
rather spending time with them cohort.
I know. I do the same. I think
In the
it's an.
graduate
I think
comments.
it's an introvert. I think it's an introversion
Yeah.
thing. You know, like at least for me, I don't know if you tell me if you feel this way. Like it's a lot to be on campus all day with all of those students, and then sometimes you just need a little downtime to like process. But I've thought the same thing of like maybe it would be good to just ask like, hey, where are you guys getting something to eat?
Yeah.
Do you want to? Can I come with you? You know, they're not gonna say no.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not. Who's gonna say no? They're not gonna be like, no, Zimmy, you can't come with us. That would never happen. That's not
Right.
gonna happen. So the stakes are lower for something like that. That might be a good thing to do going forward. Is just I know it's a little uncomfortable in the beginning, but do you feel like that's something that you could do?
Yeah, definitely. Like, because I know they usually kind of in the graduate commons between our multicultural class, because we had that 1 hour break.
Yeah.
For the next semester, I'll just try to do that. Like, I just go to graduate commons and like just talking with them more.
Yeah.
Because I sort of started doing that. Like, but like lately, you know, we got really busy. I just want to do my work between breaks.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think I can do that. I can try to.
Yeah. I think,
Just do
and
that.
you know, I think, you know, maybe reframe your thinking in the sense of you being in the program is a gift to everybody in there because you have a different background, you come from a different culture, you know, you've had a lot of experiences that people who've just grown up in Iowa haven't had. You're more worldly, you're open, and I feel like you need to start seeing yourself as like truly like a gift to the program. They're lucky to have you, and anybody would be lucky to get to know you better.
I never
You
seen
know?
of that. I never seen
Yeah,
that.
I mean, another person from Iowa, you know, they're everywhere, you know. That's, you know, but to get to know someone from another culture and another country and hear about your stories and see your point of view, I think that's a gift. And by you being introverted, which you know I can relate to and I have empathy for, but by you not putting yourself out there as much, you're kind of maybe not giving them the chance to get to know someone who's really an amazing person.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. Well, yeah. I never really think of like me being a gift. Like, I don't know.
You totally are.
I really think.
I feel that way about you. I'm very glad that you are in this program with us, and I feel like it's been a pleasure to get to know you, and I feel like people, you know, seem generally open in our program, and you're not going to love everyone. I mean, there's going to be people that you get along with or don't get along with as much or whatever, but I feel like give them a chance to get to know you.
Yeah, thanks. But yeah.
You're almost being selfish by not putting yourself out there. You're denying them the chance to know a really awesome guy.
Thanks a lot.
It's true.
Sometimes, I just think of myself as a burden rather than gifts.
No, you are not. You are the farthest thing from a burden. Not at all. Not at all.
I'll just try to appreciate myself more.
Yeah, you should. You should.
So, that's some positive thinking right there. Yeah, I need to do that more.
Yeah, why don't we take a moment right now and you tell me 5 things that you like about yourself.
That's kind of like to say like I'm being thankful for myself, like the aspect. Okay.
I don't know, like coming from Chinese culture, if it's seen as boastful to talk about yourself, but I'm challenging you just between us.
Right.
If you could share with me 5 things that you really appreciate about yourself.
Okay. So first thing, I appreciate myself being just trying to be more like what my teacher said. You know, like Because I know
Be more.
like not a lot of international students like me, they went abroad studying. They went for the money, right? They went for the degree to get a good job from that. But like for me, I guess I'm different than them because I'm privileged. I'm blessed with my
You're privileged and blessed.
yeah, being born in my family.
Yeah.
Like we have this. My family gave like more than enough financial support
Yeah.
to to finish my study here in America.
Right.
Then that's I can't say more than that. I can't just say more than that. Because
But you're allowed to pursue what is of interest to you, right? I'm not every family does
yeah,
that.
and even more than that, it's just like beyond. It's also I don't know. I feel it's just I'm so privileged at having this opportunity for studying abroad, which a lot of family in China cannot afford their children to
Right.
study to send them abroad
Right.
to study, and for me, yeah. So I just want to be more than I can because I don't deserve what I have now because it's all it all come from my parents. It's not from me. I'm just being lucky.
Right.
Born into my family, so I also want to be more than I
Yeah.
can be to help other people.
I struggled with that in my family. Not that they're super wealthy, but a little bit well off. And my grandmother would always say to me when I would be like, well, I would feel like guilty, like if we went out to a fancy restaurant or she, spent money on me or something. And my grandmother would always say, "Who better than us? Who better than us?" And at first I was like, oh, thinking my grandma was being very boastful, but it's helped me to to just see that like by not accepting the gifts that you were given, not that you earned them or quote unquote deserve them more than anybody else, but you were born into the family you were born into, and you don't need to feel bad about that. I think that you can use that, and you are using that to help other people, and I think that says a lot about the type of person that you are. You could have gone into any field. You're not going to make $1 million a year being a mental health counselor,
Right.
but you chose something that would actually genuinely help people, and especially coming from China, in a culture that is not as used to talking about their feelings or doing therapy.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, so let's count that. That's definitely a positive.
Yeah, that's one for me.
Yeah, what else you got?
I don't know. I'm just trying to be nice to other people, to my friends.
Yeah.
I care for my friends, and even some stranger on the street, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just care for other people in general.
As you're talking, you're like speaking quietly, but I feel like that's a big one,
Oh,
we need more people like
Yeah,
that.
I'm just a
in
bit
the
tired,
world.
so I'm
Yeah. Oh no. Okay. I just felt like I felt like you were. It was like it wasn't a big deal, but that is a big deal, and we need more people like that. That are nice to strangers and do little things for people. That you don't know what a difference that might make in someone's day. Just a kind gesture.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
Thanks. And I will carry on this quality of myself.
Yes.
So, yeah. I don't know. The third one maybe. More involved, like in other activities than study. Because I do boxing, and I go in the gym. I have my workout routine, and I play basketball sometimes for fun.
Yeah.
I just like
You're active.
yeah, being active and move more rather than sitting in one place and writing paper all day. But yeah, it's sort of the situation right now. But still.
Yeah, and it sounds like you're not afraid to try new things.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I don't know, but I cannot just stick with my normal routine sometimes without doing more like than that. So, but I still appreciate myself being active and being involved in all those physical activities.
Yeah, it sounds like what's underneath a lot of these things that you're saying is a drive to better yourself. You know, not that you're not that you know like you've got the motivation and a drive to always be trying to be better or be more. You know, you're not complacent. That's a gift to the world. That we need more people like that who are willing to push themselves a little bit.
Yeah, that's sort of true because I always try to push myself in the boxing training, even though I'm like scared that whenever I about to spar, you know. But I'm not bad. I'm okay. Okay, I would just say I'm pretty good in the gym right now.
Yeah, own it. We're talking about what you like, what your strengths are, what you're good at.
Yeah, but I feel like so anxious whenever before I about to spar.
Yeah.
Like with other people, other members in the gym, but I never really like shy away from this challenge.
Yeah.
I always up to challenges. I always push myself.
That's amazing. That's the definition of courage, you know? It's not that you don't have the fear, it's that you have the fear, but you work through it and you do it anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, if you weren't scared, it wouldn't be a big deal that you were boxing because you didn't even, you know, I mean, not saying it wouldn't be a big deal, but I just mean to have the fear and to work through it and still do it, that is impressive. That takes a lot of courage, you know? And so I don't think I couldn't do it. What else? I think you got one more.
I got one, two. I can't say one anymore. I don't know.
You've got one. Come on. You seem pretty smart to me.
Well, I'm not that smart though, but I don't. Okay, maybe I'm willing to meet more people, you know, people like who are different than my culture, and outside my social circles.
Yeah.
Because I remember I went to a volunteer trip in Nepal, this summer.
Oh, amazing.
And I met so many people, like, I just really like hanging out with them, and I feel like it's such a good experience for me to actually meet new people. Like, even though we're probably not gonna see each other from then, right? But
you can still appreciate.
I just appreciate the experience.
Yeah.
And just being in company with, you know, being present.
Yeah.
Being a company for each other at the time, foreign country.
Yeah.
And
even you just having that insight, you know, of like just being present for one another in another country and appreciating the experience for what it is, I think that shows a lot of maturity and a lot of, you know, just growth as a human being. You know, not everybody would be able to even go on an experience like that and get out of their comfort zone, but then for you to be able to appreciate it for what it was and not, you know, and take out of it all that you can, I think that's great, you know.
Thanks.
Yeah. Well, it's way easier to stay in your little town in Iowa or China, you know, than to like get out there into the world. That takes a lot of courage. I think you're one of the bravest people I know.
Thanks. No.
You are. Yes, you are. You've been there since you were 16, right? Or 17?
Yeah, 16.
Yeah. And you went to Penn State and you were here and you were in South Carolina and, you know, and now you're in this program. I mean, you know, that takes a lot to be able to do all of that, you know, and doing all of that with English not being your first language and not being able to see your family and have that support in the way that most of us do. I don't think you realize how strong you are.
I think part of the reason is that because I had a lot of international students, because they are doing the same thing as I'm
Yeah.
doing like mine.
Right.
So like I don't see this as a particular quality of myself.
Yeah,
right? So
but it is because you know, you guys are like the minority in the world, you know, like in terms of most people don't do that. And so I know there's a lot of Chinese students here at the University of Iowa, so you can seem like just not a big deal, but I think you recognizing that what you're doing takes so much courage and an open mind and inner strength and all of that, I think, and resiliency, like, you know, all of that. You have all of that, and that's unique. It's, you know, most people don't put themselves in that situation in the
oh,
world.
thanks for that.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving me such a big credit.
It's
Like,
true.
credit for when I'm just being myself, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think that's important that you see the things that are good in yourself and acknowledge that what you're doing is amazing. And so I think, like, just to wrap up, I hope that you take with you the idea of the fact that you're a gift. You being here is a gift to the people around you. And I hope that you do put yourself out there more, even if it's a little uncomfortable in the beginning. I think that, you know, you'll probably end up with a lot of positive experiences that will help you to do it again in the future.
Yeah.
So maybe we can set that as a goal, just, you know, and I know you're on a break here on a stretch, but just like thinking about the next semester, to put yourself out there more and just ask, you know, hey, can I come along? Or, you know, they're not gonna say no.
Yeah.
Who's gonna say no?
Definitely.
That's not gonna happen. Yeah, and you're not a burden, okay? Like remember, you're a gift, not a burden. And yeah, to just keep doing that. I think you're already on the right track. You know, did you go by yourself to the Big Grove thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, you went totally by yourself, you know, and you don't have a car, and you got there, and, you know, and...
I mean, my bus stop, I had to walk like 30 minutes in the cold.
Yeah, you had to walk 30 minutes in the cold from the bus stop just to go, you know, that's what I'm talking about, resiliency and perseverance. You've got that in spades. I think that's amazing that you did that, and most people would be like, I don't have a car, I gotta go by myself, I'm not gonna go. But you didn't do that, so start seeing all those little things that you do as unique and special to you, because most people wouldn't do those things.
Okay.
Yeah, it's true. All right, so I wish you the best of luck in finishing up your classes.
Yeah.
And I look forward to our next session. And do you have any last thoughts, or?
No, not really.
No? You feeling good?
Yeah, I'm feeling a bit better now. About myself.
Good. Yeah, you got a boost of confidence. We all need that from time to time. Sometimes it helps to get outside yourself and have to see how other people see you can be useful.
Right.
All right.
All right.
Well, thanks for being so open.
Thanks. I'll see you in the next session.
See you next session.
See you.
Bye. Oh, 20.